Okay, once again, welcome to everyone. So, in today's class, we are going to have a complete information about pi. What is meant by pi, and where does it comes from, and how we are getting that constant, and what is the history of that pi? How there was a change in its decimal places, how the numbers were continuous. Those all things we are going to see today. Okay, here it starts. Okay, everyone can see that screen, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now here we starts. That is what is meant by or the meaning of pi. Pi, that what we have written here, it is the ratio. What is that? It is basically the ratio of the circumference of a circle to the diameter. ಇದು ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, this is a ratio, ಅನುಪಾತ ಅದ ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಅನುಪಾತ ಅದ, that is about circumference of a circle to its diameter. So what does that mean? So pi, this can be represented as, if this is a circle, right, you can see that there are two circles are there. So it's circumference, right? I'm going to treat it as c, circumference divided by, if its circumference is c and diameter is d, so what do you get? Circumference divided by the diameter. This is what the
Diameter.
meaning of pi. Okay, then what is the reason I have drawn two circles? So special thing about the pi, everyone is here.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It is called as a constant, and it is a special kind of a geometrical constant. It is got when you divide any circle of any length or any size by its diameter, and that constant is always constant. I am repeating once again. If you take any size circle, it means if you take a big circle or small circle or a very small circle or a very big circle, when you divide by its diameter, right, when you divide by that diameter, its value its value is always constant, no matter, it is not depending upon the variation of the size of a circle. Whether you are getting my point? So whether you take the case of this kind of a circle or a big circle, whenever you take the value of pi, that is circumference of diameter, will be always constant. Whether you're getting my point or not.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
ಒಪ್ಪಿಗಳು
Yes, sir.
ನೇಮ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡ್ರಪ್ಪ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಸಣ್ಣ ವೃತ್ತ ಆಗಿರ್ಲಿ, ಈ ಸಣ್ಣ ವೃತ್ತ ಅದಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ಈ ವೃತ್ತದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರ ಡಯಾಮೀಟರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಬರುವಂತ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ರಿ, that constant is same as that constant when you divide by this circle and its diameter. Not only for this circle and this diameter, even if you take a bigger circle and when you divide by its diameter, what happens, it doesn't depend upon the size of a circle or its diameter, it's always a constant. Whether it's a big circle or a small circle or a very small circle, whenever you divide by a circumference by a diameter, the value what you are getting is always same. ಈಗ ತಿಳಿತನ್ರಿ
Yes,
ಒಪ್ಪಿಗಳ
sir.
ಏನ್
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
ಹೇಳ್ರಿ?
sir.
Yes, sir.
What you have got, tell me.
ಸರ್ ನಾವ್ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ವೃತ್ತ ತೋಲಿ ಸಣ್ಣದರ ಇರ್ಲಿ ದೊಡ್ಡದರ ಇರ್ಲಿ ಸರ್,
Very good,
ಅದರದ್ದು
very
ನಾವು
good.
ಸರ್ಕಂಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತ ಡಯಾಮೀಟರ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರ ಆನ್ಸರ್
ಹ್ಮ್.
ಬಂದಿರ್ತದಲ್ರಿ, ಅದು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟ್
ಎಸ್
ಆಗಿರ್ತದ.
ಎಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಅಪ್ಪಿ, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ ಅಪ್ಪಿ ನಿಮ್ಗ. ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರ, ನೋ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ದ ಸೈಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಡಯಾಮೀಟರ್, ವೆದರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ a small circle dividing by its diameter, whether it is a big circle dividing by its diameter, the value what you get dividing by that what circumference by diameter is always same, no matter the size of that circle. That is the special thing about this constant. So that's why we call it as a constant for any of the circle and its diameter. Hope you are getting my point.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
But why,
Yes,
Yes,
sir?
sir.
Why? Very big question. So up to here, what I have been telling, that it's a special kind of a quality of a what a pi character, that when you know what is meant by constant, just tell me what is constant. What is constant?
the value never changes.
Fixed value.
So
Same.
again and again,
Fixed
I'm
value.
using the word that it is constant. It is a constant means a value of this person. Who is that person? Pi. That person value is not going to change in any other cases. Whether it is a small circle to its diameter or a bigger circle to its diameter, this person is always remaining same. So that's why we call him as what? We call him as a constant.
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 Okay. And if you are not agreeing with me, you can do with practical thing. Do draw 2 to 3 circles. Okay. You can take a big circle. You can take a smaller circle or 2 smaller circle. Just draw diameter for those things and just find out the circumference and divide by its diameter in each cases. Okay. So what you will get, you will find that it is very closer to 3.14 something you are going to get. So every cases you are going to get the same thing. That's what I'm telling you, that in every cases this value of pi is going to be remaining same, that is 3.14 something you are going to get. Okay, whether it is clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let us move to the next slide. Okay, so the next part is history of pi. Where does we are getting this pi? See, pi is a very old number. It is not that we are been getting the pi for at this days. It is been from the very old days. See, from the time of civilization. I hope you are knowing that the time of civilization, right? So before
Yes, sir.
BC. So the Egyptians and the Babylonians, during the period of civilization, the Egyptians and the Babylonians knew about the existence of the constant. See, previously I have told the constant ratio, that is pi, although they did not know its value nearly as well as we know it today. So in Herthanre, they were knowing the existence of the constant of pi, but ಆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನ್ ಅವ್ರು ಅವಾಗ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಲ್ರಿ, it was not so much what nearer to the today's. Okay, it is near but not as actually as bigger we have got today. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಿತ್ತು, it is justly, see, you can see in the screen that it is a Babylonian constant they have been given, that is 3 integer 1 by 8, that is nothing but 3.125. This was being known to the Babylonians. And for Egyptians it was approximately equal to 3.16084. Okay, so these approximations slightly less accurate and much harder to work with those calculations, so where they were less accurate. Nowadays we are getting a many trillions and trillions of decimal places after 3 on the right side of a pi after 3. Okay, this was all about during the period of what civilization. So next, see, when this modern symbol, that what we are writing pi, we have given a symbol as this one, right? We are writing in this way, that what is presented here, pi, was first used in our modern sense in 1706. The symbol has been not before we are not going to have a symbol of pi. For this pi again is in a early law. So yar kotro, it was given by William Jones, that is in 1706. So and again this pi has been taken from the Greek letter and was being chosen from to represent the number 3.141592, because the letter pi in the Greek pronounced like it the like other letter p stands for the perimeter. ಯಾಕೆ ಇದನ್ನೇ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಪ್ಪ ಗ್ರೀಕ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಅನ್ನ? ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ಸ್ perimeter. So that's the reason he has taken the Greek word, this symbol, to represent what? Pi. Okay, moving to the next slide. So this is a timeline. This is a timeline where we are started to calculating the pi in different methods. ಇದೇನ ಹಾಕಿದಲ್ರಿ ಚಿತ್ರ, this is a timeline of what? A different methods of calculating the value of pi. Okay, so you know the pi is which kind of a number? Pi is which kind of a number?
Irrational number.
Very
Irrational
good.
number.
What do you mean by irrational number? What do you
Number
mean by
which
irrational?
can't be represented in the form of p by q.
Which is neither terminating nor recurring. It's not going to
Recurring.
repeatedly. They are not going to have any kind of a set of numbers are repeated, and those repetition is not there, and that numbers which come after the decimal points is never going to be end. That is called as non-terminating. Okay, now it was for the first time Archimedes in 250 BC. He has got a geometrical method. See, in my words, what I'm using, a geometrical method to calculate the value of pi, and how he has calculated we shall see in the next slides. So he founded the value of pi by geometrical method. Later on, Newton and Leibniz, they calculated the value of pi by using the calculus. They used calculus to find out the value of pi. Later, in 18th century, they used a machine formula to find out the value of pi, and in 20th century, it is a Ramanujan infinite series they used to find out the value of pi by using what we say that supercomputers. Supercomputers are being used to find out the value of pi at present days, and electronic computers are being used to find out the value of pi. So this is how we can see the timeline of finding the value of pi from BC to the present day. Nowadays, we are using the supercomputers to find out the value of pi, whereas in the early days of Archimedes, he used to find out the value of pi approximately by using the geometrical methods. And what were those geometrical methods? We shall see now. See here, Archimedes in 250 BC. Sometimes this pi constant is also called as Archimedes constant. He was the first mathematician. See, he was the first mathematician to calculate the pi with reasonable accuracy, and around 250 BC using this formula, that is A is equal to pi r square. So what he does? So what he did, see, you can observe a polygon here, right? One circle is ankodre. If there is a circle in this way, so what was the basic principle to find out the value of pi by the Archimedes? Just have the concentration towards the screen. So if this is a circle, so what he needs to do, he would have inscribe a square within that circle. He used to inscribe a square within the circle. Thereafter, he used to circumscribe a square outside the circle. So what he did, he was knowing that the pi value is somewhere between those two squares. Why? Because circle is between where? Those two squares. So what he used to do is that he used to find the perimeter of an inner square and divided by its diameter, and he used to find out the outer square perimeter, and he used to divide by its diameter. So he got two results that are what we are finding here, that is 3 integer 1 by 7 and 3 integer 10 by 37, 10 by 71. So he told that somewhere it is between what, 3 integer 1 by 7 and 3 integer 10 by 70, 10 by 71. So this was the nearly approximation of what Archimedes. So what he did not restrict it to here. He go on increasing the sides of the polygon of inner circle and outer circle. So we can see that here for this diagram, he has taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 octagon he has taken, and outside also he has taken octagon. So he has got out the perimeter of the outer rectagon, octagon divided by the diameter. Similarly, inner octagon divided by its perimeter of that inner octagon divided by its diameter. When he does that, he comes to know that the value of pi somewhere lies between these two values. So this was the method of Archimedes. Whether you are getting my point or simply you are hearing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So later, as I told you that when it comes to the Newtons and Leibniz, So they used which kind of a method? They used a method of calculus. By using the calculus, they have been found out what more formulas to be discovered that they use to compute pi. For example, this is a formula to arctangent function to find out the value of pi. So if you substitute the value of x as 1, just a minute, here if you substitute the value of x as 1 in this formula, so what used to happen, you are getting the value of pi from this formula. So this was about how to get the value of pi during the 17th century used by Newton and Leibniz. So in later part of history, I've told you that they used a kind of a machine formula to find out the value of pi, and this is a formula by which they used to find out the value of pi, and by this they were finding 500 decimal places in the early 18th century. You know how many digits are there after 3.14 something something what you are getting? How many digits are there after this point, decimal point?
Infinite.
Don't know.
Very good, very good. You are getting my point. See, try to understand me. So you are having after 3, you are having a infinite decimal expansion, which is not going to end and it is not repeating. This is interesting fact, right? So even if it is not ending, the peoples were having a fascinate to find out how many digits are there. Even though we are never, it's not going to be never ending process. So since also in the 18th century, by using a machine formula, they have got 500 decimal places after that decimal point. Whether you are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. So after this, during the 20th century, what happened? They have been two important development, that is, you know about electronic computers, right? So we have discovered much more powerful formulas to find out the pi. So you know the very great Indian mathematician, that is Srinivas Ramanujan, discovered a formula to find out the value of pi, and that formula is 1 by pi is equal to 2 square root of 2 divided by 9801, and here summation symbol is not there. Actually summation symbol should be there. And it starts from 0 to the infinity. You can take out the value of any one between 1 and infinity, that is into 4n factorial into bracket of 1003 plus 26,390 n divided by n factorial raised to 4 into 396 raised to 4n. See, this formula was being given by Srinivasa Ramanujan. So just if you replace by n equal to 0, you would have got a more than 16 decimal places accurate accurate value of that pi. See, just if you replace n equal to 0, so much number of digits you were able to get. Just imagine if I get n equal to 100, n equal to 100, 1000, 1 lakh. So how much accurate decimal places I can get by using this Raman's formula to calculate the value of pi. Okay, so this was about Srinivas Ramanujan formula to find out the value of pi. So you know, as I told you that there were electronic computers, and from the mid of 20th century onwards, all the calculation of pi have been done with the help of calculators and computers. Basically, when it started from the period of Babylonians, they were not knowing any idea about how to calculate the pi, but they were knowing the value, what existence of pi. Later on, Archimedes gave a geometrical method to find out the value of pi. Later, Newton gave us what the calculus to find out the value of pi. Later, a machine formula. After that, electronic computers came into fight to find out the value, what the value of pi to the to many decimal places. Okay. So now this was up to here. We have seen what how the pi has been undergone many changes from the past to present. Now we know millions and trillions decimal places are there after a decimal point. You know that even we are not going to have an any end, but still we are finding the decimal places for a after that decimal point, how many decimal numbers are there and how which other numbers we can get. So even though still we are been finding those decimal numbers, even though we are knowing that we are not going to end any time, but also the human brain is fascinated to find more and more number of digits after decimal point. So this pi is also present in a famous equation, that is e raised to I pi plus 1 is equal to 0. You are going to learn in the higher classes. Okay, some more interesting facts about pi. That is pi day is celebrated on, where it is celebrated March 14. Do you know why it has been celebrated on March 14? Anyone is there? ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ತಿಳಿದ್ರಿ? ಮಾರ್ಚ್ 14ಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಯಾಕೆ ಪೈ ಡೇ ಅನ್ನ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವ್ರಿ?
Sir,
You
third
should know
month
that 3.1417 so on the decimal places are there after the what pi. So he has taken what the first two decimal places of the pi value, that is 14, and 3 he has considered it as month. So every 14th of March, so we are celebrating as a pi day. Hope the reason you got why we are celebrating on March 14th.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yes sir.
Okay. See, already we have discussed that what is the actual meaning of pi. That is circumference divided by diameter. Already we have discussed about this. So these all formulas, that value of pi is being used when we are calculating the circumference and what area of a circle. Not only though in those cases, we are also using to find out the area of a hemisphere, volume of a sphere and hemisphere. In many other cases, we are using what the pi. Okay, see, let us have a small discussion now that why pi is irrational. What is my point now?
Why pi is an irrational number?
Why pi is irrational? Why pi
So,
is
see,
irrational
listen,
number?
okay, listen to me. Why what we are writing, pi is nothing but circumference by diameter, right? So
Diameter.
when we are writing, it is nothing but a ratio of circumference to its diameter. So it is nothing but we are writing in the form of p by q, right? Yes or
Yes,
no?
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Then
sir.
Yes,
how
sir.
can
Yes,
you
sir.
say that?
Yes,
How
sir.
can you say? How can you say that it is irrational? I'm repeating the question once again. ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ರಪ್ಪ ಇವಾಗ. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಪಾಯನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಿವ್ರಿ? What I told, pi is nothing but circumference by diameter of the circle. Agreed. Everyone is agreed for that. But the question is, when you are able to write in the form of p by q, c by d is nothing but what? C by d is nothing but we are written in the form of what?
P by Q.
P by q. Then
Q.
what all things we can write in the form of p by q is nothing but what? A rational number. Whether you feel there is something contradiction in this case, or whether you are able to give me any solution. No sir, it's what you are telling is not true. We can write in the form of p by q, something what you are knowing anything about this.
Sir, but its decimal expansion is non-terminating and non-recurring, sir.
ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ?
Its decimal expansion is non-terminating and non-recurring.
ಅದೇ ಯಾಕಾತ್ರಿ ಅದ್ರ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಷನ್ ನಾನ್ ರೆಕರಿಂಗ್ ನಾನ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆ ಆಯ್ತು? ಮೈ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ದೇರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಅ ರೀಸನ್, ರೈಟ್? Why it becomes irrational? Yes or no? Up to here I have told, yes, we are going to get after 3 point something something, we are going to get innumerous number of decimal points will be there, and it is continuous, it's not going to end. But there should be a reason, right? Why it is like that? Leave about that. Just come back to that present concept. Why? Because present concept will give a connection to your question. So pi is nothing but what? Circumference by diameter. So I said it that we can write in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are what? Rationals. So whether you agree for that, or else you are knowing something else about C and D. Why that value of pi become irrational? See, it's very simple. So here either circumference, here suppose this is a circle and this is a diameter. Try to get my point. Among either the circumference of a circle or the diameter, any one, right? Either circumference or diameter is what? Irrational number. Whether you are getting my point? What I have said? ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ?
ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಸರ್ಕಂಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಡಯಾಮೀಟರ್ ಇರ್ರಾಷನಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ.
ಎರಡರಾಗ ಒಂದ್ ಇರಾಷನಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ.
ಸರ್ಕಂಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಡಯಾಮೀಟರ್ ಇವೆರಡರೊಳಗೆ ಒಂದು ಇರಾಷನಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ.
ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಅಪ್ಪಿ, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಇವು ಸರ್ಕಂಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಡಯಾಮೀಟರ್, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದ್ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತೈತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇರ್ರಾಷನಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತೆ, ಒಂದು ರಾಷನಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತೈತೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ, irrational by rational or rational by irrational is always irrational.
Irrational
is always what? Irrational. So yavaga, so what? Okay, whether you agree by P by Q, yavaga ನಾವು P by Q ಅನ್ನೋದು rational ಅಂತೀವಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ P ಮತ್ತು Q ಯಾರ್ರಿ? ಇಂಟಿಜರ್ಸ್ ಅವು, ಹೌದಾ? ಮತ್ತೆ Q ಏನಿರಲ್ಲ, not equal to 0. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ P ಮತ್ತು Q ಏನದಾರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ irrational ಅದನ್ನ. among P or Q any one of them is irrational. Okay, so when it is a case any one is irrational, so there we lost the definition of rational number. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ P by Q ನೇ ಬರೀಬಹುದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಏನೈತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ P ಅಥವಾ Q ಏನಂದ್ರ ಒಬ್ಬ irrational ಅದನ್ನ. ಸೊ ಹಿಂಗಾಗಿ ಒಬ್ಬ irrational ಇದ್ದ ಸಂಬಂಧ it is when we have operation between a rational and irrational, the result is what? Irrational. So this is the reason. So this is the reason why we say that pi is irrational. Whether you got my point?
Yes sir. Yes sir. Yes sir.
ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ?
So circumference or diameter ಎರಡರಾಗ ಒಂದ್ irrational ಇದೆ.
Very good.
ಎರಡರೊಳಗ ಒಂದ್ irrational ಇದ್ರೂನು rational ಒಳಗ್ irrational ಆಗುತ್ತ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕದು irrational ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
No. When you are having a operation between, so try to understand my facts. Rational ಮತ್ತೆ rational ಅನ್ನ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ you may get what? Irrational or rational. But sorry, when you have an operation between rationals and rationals, the result is rational, right? But when you are having operations between rationals and irrational, the result is always irrational. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಎದುರು ನಡುವಾಗ ಒಂದು rational ಅದನ, ಒಬ್ಬ irrational ಅದನ. ಯಾವಾಗ there is operation between a rational and irrational, the result is always what? Irrational. And one more case is there ಅಪ್ಪಿ. ಯಾವಾಗ irrational number ಮತ್ತೆ irrational number ನಡುವೆ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ, so ಆ ಹೊತ್ನಾಗ you may get a rational or irrational. See how interesting it is. So when there are two different numbers, right, rational and irrational, remember the result is always what?
Irrational.
That is always irrational. So this is the reason why we say that circle is nothing but the pi is nothing but a irrational number. So this was all about today's class, that how we have got the pi, how the value of the pi has been undergone changes in different timeline, how Archimedes was finding the value of pi, how Newton was been finding what calculus was being used to find out the value of pi. Later, a machine formula.
Properties of
Later,
pi.
supercomputers we were using to find out what the value of pi. So this was all about today's class on pi. Hope everything is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mate.